Welcome to Chasing Curiosity TV. Subscribe and press the bell icon for more updates. The world's attention is riveted on the South China Sea, a region that has become a flashpoint for international tensions. This area, rich in resources and strategic importance, has long been a contested zone, with multiple nations laying claim to its waters. The stakes are high, and the world watches with bated breath as the situation unfolds. Warships from the United States, Japan, Australia, the UK, and France slice through Philippine waters, their flags snapping in the wind. These vessels, representing some of the world's most powerful navies, are a formidable presence, a testament to the seriousness with which these nations view the current situation. Their coordinated movements are a show of strength and solidarity, a clear message to any who might challenge the status quo. Officially, they're here for joint exercises and to uphold freedom of navigation, a principle that is vital for global trade and security. These exercises are not just about military readiness, they are a demonstration of unity and resolve among allied nations. The presence of these warships is a reminder that the international community is watching and will not stand idly by. But their presence is a clear warning. This is a line in the sand, drawn on open water. The message is unmistakable. Any aggressive actions will not go unanswered. This line is not just a physical boundary, but a symbolic one, representing the limits of what the international community will tolerate. Tension hangs heavy as months of escalating standoffs come to a head. The atmosphere is charged, with every movement and decision carrying the potential for escalation. Naval officers, with their eyes fixed on radar screens, are acutely aware of the gravity of the situation. The stakes are high and the potential for conflict looms large. Chinese Coast Guard ships have grown more aggressive, targeting Filipino boats with water cannons and dangerous maneuvers. These actions have not gone unnoticed, drawing condemnation from around the world. The aggressive tactics employed by the Chinese Coast Guard are seen as a direct challenge to international norms and have only served to heighten tensions in the region. Each incident has been broadcast worldwide, pulling more nations into the fray. The global reaction has been swift, with many countries expressing concern over the potential for conflict. The situation in the South China Sea has become a focal point for international diplomacy, with world leaders calling for restraint and dialogue. The USS Ronald Reagan leads the American contingent, joined by Japan's JS Izumo and Australia's advanced destroyers. These ships, equipped with the latest technology and weaponry, are a powerful deterrent to any potential aggressors. Their presence is a reminder of the military might that stands ready to defend international waters and uphold the rule of law. Even the UK and France have sent formidable ships signaling a united front. This show of unity is a powerful statement, underscoring the commitment of these nations to maintaining peace and stability in the region. The presence of British and French warships is a testament to the global nature of the response to the situation in the South China Sea. Their mission, dubbed Maritime Cooperative Activity, is a direct response to China's growing assertiveness. This initiative is not just about military exercises, it is a comprehensive strategy aimed at ensuring the security of the region. The planning and coordination involved in this mission are a testament to the seriousness with which the international community views the current situation. The message to Beijing: the Philippines is not alone. The presence of Allied warships escorting Philippine vessels is a powerful symbol of support and solidarity. This show of unity is a clear message to China that any aggressive actions will be met with a coordinated response from the international community. Any attack on its vessels will trigger an international response. The readiness of these ships to defend against any potential threats is a testament to the seriousness of the situation. The international community stands ready to respond to any aggression, with the goal of maintaining peace and stability in the region. The Philippine archipelago is now the front line of a 21st century geopolitical showdown. This region, once a quiet fishing ground, has become the stage for a global power play. The presence of warships patrolling near the Philippine Islands is a stark reminder of the high stakes involved in this geopolitical conflict. The world watches as powerful navies navigate these troubled waters. The movements of these ships are closely monitored, with every maneuver analyzed for its potential impact on the situation. The eyes of the world are on the South China Sea, as nations hold their breath and hope for a peaceful resolution. What was once a quiet fishing ground is now the stage for a global power play. The presence of warships in these waters has disrupted the lives of local fishermen, who watch from the shore as Navy ships pass by. The impact of this geopolitical conflict is felt not just by nations, but by individuals whose livelihoods are affected by the tensions in the region. The stakes for peace and stability in Asia, and beyond, have never been higher. The situation in the South China Sea is a test of international resolve, with the potential to impact global security. World leaders are acutely aware of the importance of finding a peaceful resolution to this conflict, and discussions at international security summits reflect the urgency of the situation. The world holds its breath. As tensions continue to simmer, the potential for conflict looms large. The situation in the South China Sea is a reminder of the fragility of peace and the importance of diplomacy in resolving international disputes. The world watches and waits, hoping for a resolution that will ensure peace and stability in the region. Southeast Asia's old era of quiet diplomacy is over. The region, once known for its subtle negotiations and behind-the-scenes agreements, now finds itself thrust into the global spotlight. The stakes have never been higher, and the world's attention is firmly fixed on what happens next. The South China Sea, which for decades served as a vital artery for trade and economic cooperation, has transformed into the epicenter of a new global strategic realignment. Its waters, once calm with commerce, now ripple with tension and uncertainty as nations vie for influence and control. China's rapid military expansion and assertive maneuvers have forced neighboring countries and global powers alike to reassess their alliances, strategies, and long-term priorities. The balance of power is shifting, and every move is being watched with keen interest. In response, a new coalition has emerged. The so-called Squad, comprising the Philippines, the United States, Japan, and Australia, now conducts regular joint patrols, intelligence sharing, and coordinated military exercises. Their collaboration signals a united front, determined to uphold stability and deter aggression. Recognizing the region's growing global significance, South Korea and key European powers have also joined the effort. Their involvement underscores the fact that the South China Sea is no longer just a regional concern, but a matter of international importance. The West Philippine Sea, once seen as a local dispute, has become a cornerstone of international security. The presence of foreign navies and the attention of global institutions highlight its critical role in shaping the future of the Indo-Pacific. These alliances are about more than just military hardware or strategic interests. They represent a commitment to shared values, mutual trust, and the vision of a free, open, and rules-based Indo-Pacific. The partnerships forged here will define the region for generations. The meaning of these contested waters has fundamentally changed. The South China Sea is now the frontier where the future of the international order, freedom of navigation, and the balance of power are being decided in real time. The chessboard is set, the pieces are in motion, and the world is watching closely as history unfolds in Southeast Asia's waters. The South China Sea is not just a body of water, it is the economic lifeblood of the world, a vast blue artery that connects continents and sustains economies far beyond its shores. Every day, thousands of ships crisscross these waters, carrying goods that touch nearly every aspect of our daily lives, from electronics and clothing to food and fuel. In fact, 1/3 of all global maritime trade, over $3.4 trillion worth of goods, passes through these strategic waters each year. This makes the South China Sea one of the busiest and most vital shipping corridors on the planet, a true superhighway for international commerce. Any disruption here, whether from conflict, piracy, or political tension, would send shockwaves through the global supply chain. Factories could grind to a halt, store shelves could empty, and prices could soar worldwide, affecting billions of people. For countries like Japan and South Korea, these sea lanes are a non-negotiable lifeline. Their economies depend on the steady flow of raw materials and finished products through these waters, making stability here a matter of national survival. But the importance of the South China Sea goes even deeper. Beneath its waves lie vast reserves of oil and natural gas, as well as some of the world's richest fishing grounds. Resources that are crucial for energy security and food supplies across Asia. The intense competition for these valuable resources has fueled ongoing disputes and heightened tensions among neighboring countries, each vying for control and access. Freedom of navigation in the South China Sea is not just a legal principle, it's the bedrock of global stability. Ensuring that ships of all nations can pass safely and without interference is essential for peace and prosperity worldwide. That's why warships now sail alongside the Philippine Navy, enforcing this principle and sending a clear message. The world is watching, and the rules-based order must be upheld. The fate of these waters is inseparable from the prosperity and security of the entire planet. What happens here will ripple across continents, shaping the future for generations to come. The stakes are truly global. The Philippines has stepped out of the shadows. Years of harassment at sea have forged a new national resolve. Manila now pursues assertive transparency, embedding journalists, releasing footage, and internationalizing the conflict. The world can no longer look away. The Philippines is no longer a passive claimant, it's a narrator shaping the story. This assertiveness has transformed its standing, unlocking new levels of cooperation with allies. The Philippines is now a central player, forcing the world to pay attention and pick a side. The spotlight is on Manila. China claims nearly the entire South China Sea, overlapping the zones of its neighbors. It's built artificial islands, military fortresses projecting power far from its shores. The 2016 Hague Tribunal ruled against China's claims, but Beijing dismissed the verdict and doubled down. This defiance challenges the post-war legal order and threatens smaller nations. The artificial islands are more than sand, they're symbols of China's ambition to dominate a critical waterway. The stakes are about power, law, and the future of the region. The Philippines is not alone. The U.S.-Philippines Mutual Defense Treaty now explicitly covers the South China Sea. U.S. forces have expanded their presence with new access to strategic bases and larger joint exercises. Japan provides patrol vessels and negotiates deeper military ties. Australia conducts joint patrols and training. The Squad, U.S., Japan, Australia, and the Philippines, coordinate strategies in real time. European nations have increased their naval presence, conducting freedom of navigation operations. This global coalition signals that the stability of these waters is an international concern. The cavalry has arrived, not to conquer, but to defend the rule of law. The world stands with Manila. Behind the headlines, ordinary Filipinos pay the price. Fishermen face daily harassment, boats rammed, nets cut, livelihoods lost. Coastal economies have been devastated, forcing families into debt and uncertainty. The conflict threatens national food security and stirs powerful patriotism. The BRP Sierra Madre, a rusting outpost, has become a symbol of resistance. Social media amplifies every incident, uniting the nation in outrage and resolve. Anxiety is constant. The threat of escalation looms. For Filipinos, this is not just geopolitics. It's a fight for survival and dignity. The human cost is real and rising. The Philippines is racing to modernize its military. New frigates, patrol vessels, and fighter jets are transforming its defense capabilities. The goal, a credible deterrent, not to match China's size but to make any attack costly. The military's new hardware is interoperable with US, Japan, and Australia, enabling seamless joint operations. This modernization is about plugging into a wider security network. The Philippines is building a porcupine defense, prickly enough to deter aggression. A stronger military makes it a more valuable ally, reinforcing mutual security. The message is clear. The Philippines is no longer a bystander but an active defender of its sovereignty. The nation is forging its own shield. The Philippines is now the front line of a global story. This is more than a territorial dispute. It's a test of the international order. If one nation controls the South China Sea, the world's economy and security are at risk. The Philippines' assertive transparency has become a model for other nations. By documenting and publicizing aggression, Manila has won global support. The world is watching as the Philippines stands up to a giant leveraging law and alliances. The choices made here will ripple across the globe. The stakes, peace or conflict, law or power, cooperation or coercion. The most critical chapter of the 21st century is being written here, on the Philippine front line. What happens next will affect us all.